In this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 tips for how to grow your channel and get more views by tapping into the power of some new YouTube analytics tools and leveraging YouTube Studio Beta. That's what it's called. But hey, if we're just meeting, my name is Sean and my passion is helping people build their influence and their income with online video and specifically YouTube. So great to meet you. If you've been here for some time, thanks so much for being here. This is a live stream, but if you're watching on the replay, thanks so much for checking it out. What's up, Dan? What's up, John? What's up, Katie? Great to see you guys. What's up, Elijah? I'm super excited for the training today, so let's dive right into it. So we're gonna be talking about 3 tips for getting more views with new YouTube analytics tools, and I'm very excited about this. Again, if you're new to this channel, my passion is helping you build your influence with online video. And here's what we're going to talk about today. We're actually going to talk about 3 tips for using YouTube analytics to get more views. And nobody really talks about number 3. So I'm excited about that. We're also going to cover the 2 most important traffic sources on YouTube. What's traffic? That means views. When you get a view, that's traffic to, they use that kind of in websites, like website traffic. So that means like, where do views come from? And then we're also going to talk about how to grow your channel faster this year. So let's dive into it. But first I have a question. How often do you look at your YouTube analytics? Have you ever looked at them before? Do you check them out every once in a while? How often are you looking at YouTube analytics at any given time? You know, there's 2 places now. We're going to talk about the new one. It's called YouTube Studio Beta, but YouTube analytics has been around for years and we can see a lot of information. So Beauty Luscious says never. Tyler Fishing Post says every day. And that's kind of what I expected, you know, that we would be all over the place as far as maybe you've never looked at them before. And maybe you have. Either way, I think you're going to get some strategies and insights in this training. But here's a very important concept, and it's this: what gets measured gets improved. Peter Drucker said that, the legendary business and management coach. And he's basically talking about hey, if you want to make more money in your business, you need to measure where it's coming from. Where does it come from? When does it come in? The more you look at the dashboard, the more you look at the data. If you want to improve your fitness, what gets measured gets improved. What's your goal? Where are you now? How much progress are you making? If you never look at it, if you never step on the scale, then you're not going to make as much progress. And the same is true for YouTube. What gets measured gets improved. So as we look at these things more often, we can get better insights. And so when you log into your YouTube channel, you can get to your Creator Studio and you can see your dashboard. I have vidIQ installed, so there's a few other things here. But now at the top is this thing called YouTube Studio Beta. And so let's take a quick look inside of YouTube Studio Beta. When I click that button, it's basically a whole new backend for YouTube information and data. And what we want to do is actually click on analytics over here. And this is going to give us some insights that are laid out in different ways. Now, from our overview, we can see our top videos. That's always good to study. Our latest activity. We can also even see things like unique viewers, our total views, our watch time. And so this is my new tab, and this is what we're going to focus on today. In fact, let me know in the comments if you'd want more training on YouTube analytics, and we could cover like building your audience and revenue. But I really just want to focus on this Reach Viewers tab today. And here's what's kind of cool. You can actually see unique viewers. That's like how many different people view your channel. But then there's also more views than just the unique viewers, right? Some people watch more than one video. They watch multiple videos. All these little play buttons are when you actually uploaded your videos, and you can see how that correlated maybe to watch time or views. You can see your traffic sources, and we'll get back to that. But you can also see this impressions and how they led to watch time. This new kind of funnel, if you will, that YouTube has given us is an absolute game changer as it means to getting some insights for how we can grow our channels. And so if we go, I've got back in the slides, I've got some a screenshot of this, and this shows us a couple things. Now, this is a 26-day snapshot, and it says that there's 20 million impressions. Now, what is an impression? An impression means that somewhere, somehow, a thumbnail of a Think Media video has passed through somebody's screen. Maybe it was just in the corner on a suggested video. Maybe it was on their homepage. Maybe it was at some other browse feature. Maybe someone was scrolling through videos to search for and they saw it, but they scrolled past it. All an impression means is they kind of had the chance to click on your video. It doesn't mean that they did. So just because Think Media got 20 million impressions, clearly it did not get 20 million views in this 26-day period. Those impressions led to 1.5 million views, and those led to 6 million minutes of watch time. Now, when we click on this little eye, what's very interesting is it actually shows us YouTube recommending your content. Now, I've always thought this is amazing because we are literally able to post content on this free platform called YouTube. And as we increase our quality and our strategy, YouTube will recommend our content. Like they'll promote our content. So if you look at this, it says viewers seeking your content other, meaning this means they searched it out. That could be search traffic, or maybe we send out an email newsletter or even a tweet or a Facebook post. We use social media to send people to our videos. Well, then that is 44%. But 55% of the traffic on this channel, in the impressions rather, are from YouTube recommending the content. Now, here's kind of what's crazy is there's this little line of text right here that YouTube actually tells us how to increase this. So no matter how many impressions you get right now, and if you go into your YouTube analytics and then you click YouTube Studio Beta, you can see this, but it actually gives us exactly what YouTube wants for increasing this. It says you can increase the chance of YouTube suggesting your content by increasing your click-through rate and your video watch time. So to increase our watch time, that's gonna have to do with content. But let's talk about how we can increase our click-through rate. Now, what I find interesting about this is click-through rate. Again, these are just impressions. These videos are passing through people's feeds. There's someone searching, they're seeing it. Click-through rate is when that person makes that decision to tap on the screen on their mobile device or click with the mouse and actually click through to watch the video. So on my channel during this 26-day period, only 4.4% of people click through on those 20 million impressions. So that's why out of 20 million impressions, 1.5 million views happened, right? So here's the $1 million question. It says, if you can increase your click-through rate, we will show your videos to more people. So I'm asking, how do I get this 4.4% click-through rate to be higher? That's the power question we should all be asking, a CTR. How can you increase your CTR? So let's dive into 3 tips. The first one is your thumbnail. Now, this is not new information, but it's very important. And if you want to check out my free training on YouTube about how to do quick and easy custom thumbnails with free software, I'll link that up on the YouTube card and I'll put that in the description below as well. But here's a quick tip for maybe improving your thumbnails. And so you might have been a part of this if you've been in the Think Media community. Recently, we shot a video, and what I did, here's the tip, is come up with 3 different thumbnail concepts per video and potentially share this on social media and get people to vote. And maybe, you're just getting started. You could even just share it. At times, I'll do this just with friends, like 5 friends, and I'll see what is the consensus. If you're more advanced, you could even go deeper and do A/B testing and all kinds of crazy stuff. But this is a practical way to narrow in on the most powerful thumbnail. And here's what I said. Which thumbnail would make you want to click the most? Because that's the key. It's your click-through rate. Which one grabs your attention? Now, I also, by doing this, discovered insights that I wouldn't have normally had. To me, I thought A was most powerful, and some people voted for it, but by a landslide, C was what people picked the most, maybe because of the emotion on the face or whatever it was. They said maybe if you were happy or an A, but nevertheless, out of the 3 options I had, C was the one that won, and we put that video out. You can see I did a little more editing to it. I personally edit my videos with my thumbnails with Photoshop, and so this was the final result. And this video is actually, since doing this presentation, is crushing. It's ranked in search. It's performing really well, trying to, of course, have the strongest thumbnail possible and increase that click-through rate. Now, the second tip of the 3, and remember, number 3 is the one no one talks about, is your title. And so if we look at this again, we have the thumbnail, 4 words in there, but then the title goes a little bit deeper, goes into a little bit more detail, includes some keywords. And so here's a few tips on creating powerful YouTube titles. Number 1, they should complement the thumbnail. They should complement the thumbnail, not copy. It's a big mistake I see people make. If your title is like how to get healthy tomatoes, vertical gardening, in LA, sometimes I see people put every single word that they put in their title in their thumbnail. Don't do that. It's too busy. Sometimes, especially if you put text in your thumbnails, the key is they work together. They complement each other. They don't just echo or copy each other. Huge mistake. You want the thumbnail to grab some attention, realizing that if someone's attention is grabbed with the thumbnail, then they're gonna next read the title, right? So the two should complement each other. You also want them to be clean, not cluttered. One of the biggest mistakes. Too many words, hard to read text, hard to read fonts, too much text in the thumbnail. The person is too small, their face is too small, and whatever it is. You want your thumbnail to be clean and not too cluttered. The next one is you want to create curiosity. You actually don't really want to ever fully reveal necessarily everything, because otherwise that would, potentially ruin the video. Now, in some cases, you might just want to state what people can expect. But what I mean is, like, you might say, which is better? Like, best camera for YouTube, ? You're holding up 2 options. The video reveals, which of the 2. Creating curiosity, not just answering all the questions. And of course, you want to make people want to click. So what would be a title that's like, man, I can't skip that one. I can't get past it. I gotta click that. That is a strong title. So if you have a strong thumbnail, a strong title, what's number 3 though? What is more powerful, honestly, than these first 2? And actually, here's one more tip. Your YouTube titles should include searchable keywords. Number 3 though is the topic. Honestly, at a higher level than even thumbnail and title is the content itself, like the idea itself, the video topic. You could have the best title in the world. It could be the best thumbnail, literally in the world. I mean, better than anybody else's thumbnail that has ever created a thumbnail since thumbnails have existed. But if the topic is not something that people want to watch, and there's not necessarily a target audience, or there's not interest in that topic, then people will still scroll by it in their subscription feed or in their search feed, whatever it is. Like, cool, that's great, that video exists. I'm not interested in the topic, right? And so if I look back on Think Media a little while ago, these 2 videos came out 7 months ago, and they came out in the same week. One has 250,000 views, essentially. One has 8,000 views. Why? Well, both, I would say, have pretty strong thumbnails. Both have good, accurate titles that complement, each one has very minimal words in the title, using a little red arrow, trying to be interesting, trying to stay clean and not cluttered. But what's the difference? Well, the main difference is the topic itself. A lot less people are interested in high brightness on-camera field monitors. It's pretty specific. And yet, tips for the G7X Mark II has been much, much more popular. Now, of course, there's other variables that go into how many views videos get, but you get the general idea. The topic itself of the G7X tips and tricks has a ton of interest, has a ton of people wanting to see that. And naturally, it's getting a lot of views and performing really well. So here are a few video topic power questions to ask. What is my target audience interested in on a scale from 1 to 10? And I honestly, if I ran those 2 videos through that framework, I would know that in the Think Media community, you're probably actually not that interested in high brightness field monitors. That's not a very wide, it's a much more niche video. Now here's the thing. It's not that you shouldn't do a video like that. I mean, we still covered it, but I also shouldn't be surprised if it didn't perform that well, because it's not a hot, popular topic. It is a much more narrow audience. So I'd probably score that like a 2 or a 3. Whereas tips and tricks for shooting better video on your G7X, that's like an 8, 9, or a 10. So if you just come up with powerful topics and you put them on a scale, if you want to grow your channel faster, do more 8, 9s, and 10s related to what topic you're making videos about. Also ask, what topics are trending in my niche right now? Or what topics are trending in my niche evergreen all the time? Whatever your topic, your niche is. And what I've learned that in most niches, everybody I talk to, people we do coaching with, people that we do consulting with, that a lot of times they know. I mean, you probably know. In fact, tell me in the comments, like, what are some of the trending topics? And sometimes you might even be frustrated because you're like, well, I've already done a video about that. Surprisingly, a lot of times people want to see more of the same thing. Like, I've covered best camera for YouTube on this channel a lot of times. I talk about cameras a lot. You probably know that. Interestingly enough, I've learned that on Think Media, that's still like what people want the most. Like, it's like more cameras, talk about the best cameras, review different cameras, compare different cameras. So if I'm playing by how to get the most views, then I should think about what my target audience is interested in, as well as what kind of topics are trending in my niche. And then another question is, what topics are trending on other channels in my niche? If you haven't identified 5 to 10 channels who are creating similar content to you, do that. That's like homework, right? Identify those channels, pay attention to what they're posting, what they're doing, but then also potentially look at not just what videos they post, but out of all their videos that they post, which ones are like trending more? Like, wow, that one, they normally get 5,000 views a video. That one got 30,000. Maybe it's a hot topic you should cover. That video that they did got 2,000 views. This other one got 50. Maybe that is another topic you should join the conversation on. So of course you want to have a strong title, a strong thumbnail, and a strong topic. And our question here is, what hot topic could you cover next on your channel? Let me know. Now, if you like training like this, and we have a couple more strategies and tips to get into, but for more specific training on specifically title, thumbnail, kind of like ranking your videos, things like that, if you haven't seen our free YouTube masterclass with 3 strategies for growing your audience and income in 2018, check that out because you're going to love it. It's an hour long. You can see it for free at tubeinfluence.com. The training covers the new rules of YouTube success for 2018, my proven system for getting views 24/7 even while you sleep, 3 creative ways to earn $1,000 per month with YouTube. And then I also go over a couple case studies of how 3 regular people use a simple YouTube strategy to quit their job and create full-time income online, leveraging YouTube. And that's been pretty powerful. People from the Think Media community have literally been going full time. Like when they follow this training, turning their passion really into profit and their creativity into a career. So if you haven't watched that, definitely check that out at tubeinfluence.com. It's totally free, but let's keep going with the training. And so our next question is, where do most views on YouTube come from? Where do most views on YouTube come from? And so when we go into our traffic source types inside of analytics, it's a pretty clear right here. It defines us. Again, traffic means views. So the number 1 traffic source on YouTube is suggested videos. Now, we're not going to cover that today. We'll cover that in a future training. We also go into more depth on that at tubeinfluence.com. But let's talk about YouTube search today. So YouTube search. So it's pretty massive because on Think Media, basically 65% of all the views that are on Think Media come from suggested videos and YouTube search. So it's search and suggested. So then we should ask, well, how do we get our videos to be showing up in suggested videos, and how do we get our videos to be showing up in YouTube search? So meet Heather. Now, Heather is actually a part of the Think Media team. She is our chief operation officer, but she's also a YouTuber, and she's really just doing a side channel that's been pretty crazy because she's grown it from nothing. She was terrified of being on camera. She didn't know how to do video. And fast forward a little over a year, and her channel is about to be over 10,000 subscribers. And she's just crushing it because of learning some of the stuff that I'm sharing on this training right here. So her channel is all about homeschool and motherhood. And so here's a tip for showing up in suggested videos. What you can do is you can go to the YouTube search bar and you can type in any word, and these would be search terms related to your niche, right? Search terms related to whatever topic and content that you cover on YouTube, or even if you cover variety, any future video idea that you have, you can go do some research by going to the YouTube search bar and checking out these predictions. Now, what's really cool is if we look at this, you type in homeschool, the predictions are homeschool routine, homeschool versus public school. So she discovered this keyword. These are called keywords or key phrases, keyword phrases. And I also have another tool I want you to install. It's totally free. See all these, it tells you actually the search volume. You might not see this because I installed this tool, and it tells us that actually 3,600 people a month are looking for information about homeschool versus public school. So Heather figures this out, and that tool is called keywordseverywhere.com. Again, totally free tool. You just go to keywordseverywhere.com, you install that in either Google Chrome or Firefox. I'm not related to the company or anything. It's just a tool that I love for getting more insights so you can make better decisions when it comes to titling your videos and finding keywords. And so if you type in homeschool versus public school, you can see that the video Heather created is ranking like number 2 in search. And here's what's crazy is, what does this number say right here? 2 years ago was when this video came out. So like 2 years ago, and I think it's more like 14 months, but she posted that video and it has 70,000 views. So she made this video once, homeschooling versus public school, puts that out there, and it ranks, in search. So she's getting views. It's kind of like my friend Sunny says, when you do this, you get views while you snooze. Right? Isn't that the best? And so you want to put out content. You put all this energy into videos. You get the camera ready, get the lighting ready, you get all this stuff ready. You put that out, and sometimes it's discouraging because your video just sits there though, and after your subscribers see it, it just stops, just plateaus. That doesn't happen if your video shows up in YouTube search. People keep watching it even though you potentially created it a long time ago. So you can see exactly what she did here. It led to how she titled her video. It led to even the content that she created. And again, as a result, her channel has been just crushing. It's growing. And she's actually become one of like the most influential homeschool channels because it's not a huge niche. We talk about that all the time on Think Media, that if you really niche down, again, if you try to reach everybody, you end up reaching nobody. But when you've got a clear topic and a clear niche and you put out valuable content around that, you can make a huge impact. And this has led to, again, growing to nearly 10,000 subscribers now. She'll cross that soon. She's generated thousands of dollars in income and passive income through a lot of monetization strategies. And she's putting out these videos that leverage that traffic source called YouTube search. Another example over on our Video Influencers channel was we jumped on this IGTV versus YouTube and this IGTV trend. Obviously, that just came out. In fact, let me know, have you started using IGTV? What do you think about it? Tell me in the comments. But a couple days after that launched, we thought, let's put out a live stream. But here's what we're gonna do. Let's figure out what people are searching for and then make a video specifically targeted at that search term. And what's so powerful is that we can actually see this video ranks number 1 in search, and even outranking Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD. Now, mind you, he's got 6.3 million subscribers. He's got 1 million views. His video is clearly performing better than ours, but because his title was a little bit more general and it wasn't the exact search term that people were searching for, we position our video by doing good research and ranked a video even higher than much larger channels. I hope this is encouraging for you because I know you can feel the rising competition on YouTube. It might feel like YouTube's getting more crowded, and it is. But if you are strategic, if you've got these strategies and you really position your videos right and you optimize them right, you can still outrank the competition. And so this has been awesome. And this video is at like almost 30,000 views now. It continues to get views. Why? Because of leveraging the YouTube search traffic source. And this is another cool tool if you haven't used it before. It's called vidIQ. Now, I actually do work with this company, but you can get access to the tool for free at vidiq.com/think. And it gives us this dashboard over here. But what stuns, this blows my mind all the time, is it shows you the views per hour of videos. And by the way, you can get all of these insights, all of this dashboard, not just about your videos, but also about other people's. And you can then make more educated decisions and even sometimes start showing up in suggested videos because of the way you research competitors and other channels. But this video with vidIQ is showing us 18.7 views per hour. What? Right? So we put the video out once. It was a live stream. by the way, we put a lot of energy into it. We did research, we prepped, we kind of practiced. Our live streams, we don't like to just do them off the cuff. This is a live stream, by the way. I like to really plan it. Just like I put these slides together. This is kind of how I like to do YouTube live. So it creates a lot of value, not just for you that are here live, but also for anybody watching on the replay. And so again, tapping into search, then a video like this can continue to grow your audience, grow your views, further your goals and your ambitions online because of things like this. And ultimately, this has been the strategy that I've been used to grow this whole brand here, all of Think Media, because inside of our YouTube analytics, we can see our real-time traffic. And at any given hour on Think Media, this channel gets around 2,400 views. You know, right now we're hanging out live, or you're watching this on the replay, or I'm about to go on a little vacation with my family. And whether I upload new videos or not, those hourly views, about 120,000 views every 2 days, they don't stop. Why? Because I built a library of ranked videos. In other words, I built a library of videos that leverage the power of YouTube search traffic sources and suggested videos, something we can cover in a future video. And that leads to this views that grow this massive momentum on this channel. And you can do the same. That's the point of this, is to think about optimizing your title, your thumbnail, your topic, so you can have a higher click-through rate, but also optimizing your content, right? So it's valuable, it's powerful, and you can grow your channel faster. So if you want more training just like this, then don't miss that free YouTube masterclass. That is at tubeinfluence.com. And also, my question of the day for you is, what is your biggest challenge right now? I would love to hear that from you. Andy in the lab, and thank you so much for the super chat. He says, click-through rate is only good for topics that are regularly searched. There aren't too many creators doing solo dog-centric. How do I really compete with that? Is my demo too small? Is a clickbait title always a strong title help? So I'd encourage you with this. Just because a topic's not searched doesn't mean that click-through rate doesn't matter, because the biggest traffic source on YouTube is actually suggested videos, and your thumbnail and your title still matters, because when someone sees those options on the right side or below on mobile, when they're scrolling through and looking at those options, you want that to stand out. And people, if they scroll past it, here's kind of the thing. Someone's got their YouTube app opened. They're scrolling through their options of suggested videos. If they scroll past you, that's a bad thing. I mean, and people are always going to scroll past some stuff. I mean, they scroll past me. You saw the impressions. The key is, though, you want to grab attention, whether that's with color, whether that's with title. And the thing I would say about clickbait is a clickbait title always a strong title? I think clickbait is a confusing word. On the one hand, clickbait insinuates being dishonest to me. It insinuates trying to trick people. But I don't believe clickbait is clickbait if all it is very powerful. It creates curiosity, and that you actually deliver on what was promised. So some people are accused of doing clickbait, and really they're just good at writing titles and creating thumbnails, because what is promised is delivered. Maybe it's exaggerated a little bit, maybe it's kind of funny, but again, one way or another, you just want to have continuity. You want that to be honest. You want people to be like, you promised this, and you didn't even come close to delivering that. So in a way, there's good clickbait, as in if you bait someone to click and then they love the content on the other side, well, that was good. But if you bait someone to click and then they feel deceived, well, you've broken trust. Now you've actually hurt your brand, you've hurt your reputation in the long term, because you can only do that so much. If I get a reputation for like sensational titles and thumbnails, and that sounds like the coolest video ever, and then I under-deliver on that promise, you're just gonna go like, dude, that Sean guy, man, he's deceiving me. Like, he's always clickbaiting in a negative way. So I think you could do it in a positive way. Thank you so much for the super chat. Huge investment. I really appreciate that. And yes, so the question of the day is, what is your biggest challenge right now? And how can I help? And if you got value out of trainings like this, let me know in the comments. What topics would you want me to cover in future trainings just like this. And besides that, if you're new here, click subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to check out that free masterclass, click or tap the screen right there. And if you want to see some other videos from this channel, you can click or tap the screen right there as well. Until next time, this channel is all about the best tips and tools for helping you build your influence with online video. Keep crushing it, and we will